Welcome everyone. Today we have another guide for Fall Guys, and this time it's a seesaw map. This is one of the qualifier maps between 60 about 40 people. So let's have a look. Let's get right into the map, and what we'll be looking at the map is I'll go through some of the the quicker glance of the concept of the map. So right away at the seesaw map, what you're going to see is you're going to see the little tip over boards. Those boards are not like the ones we might have played as a kid in a park. So when one side is heavier than the other side, it's going to tip over. But if no one's on the board, or if there's only one or two persons in the middle of the board will actually try to stabilize and come into the middle. What you want to do is you want to take advantage of this, and you want to also know the ability that you can extend your little avatar, that you can jump properly into the next save point. There are a few save points in this map. So notice over here where my mouse is, on the blue area where it's a blue bridge, those are the save points. Each time you land on a save point, if you happen to fall off after the save point, what you're going to do is you're going to revive at the save point, so you don't have to start from the start. The goal is to make sure you get to each of the save point, and there's a few small tricks I want to show you guys with that. So right away on the seesaw map, what you want to do is you want to stay on the middle so you're more aware of what's happening. Be extra careful as you're jumping. You don't want to jump into someone, and make sure you have the distance that you can jump on top of the board. If you don't think you can make it, make a jump and dive for it. It's better to land on the board than get up, and compared to missing the board and falling off. So right away we keep jumping, and here this is one of the things people often kind of not notice, is that you can actually work your way up the board no matter how much it's tilted, until it's tilted at a maximum angle. At the maximum angle, no one can survive, everyone's going to fall off. But until then, you can try your best to walk upwards, and as long as you manage to stand up and walk up, you usually can keep going. So let's have a look here. So I'm trying to walk up, and I actually walked up. A lot of people are actually falling down because they kind of just gave up. This is important. As you're walking up, you got to make sure you try your best to get to the other side. Again, I'm trying to walk up. And here, this is the first trick to get to the first save point, is that on this ledge, I tend to aim for the right hand side, because everybody else tend to be landing on the left hand side, which tips the board over, which gives us the leverage to jump from the right hand side. So everyone tends to land on the left hand side, so you can't make to this side, you have to go for the right hand side. And as we do this, what you can do is, I'll show you over here with my avatar. So notice that I don't necessarily need to climb any further. What I can do is I can use this angle, jump with the correct direction, and do a leap jump. So I'll show you guys over here. So notice here, it doesn't look like I can make it, right? But if I jump on this particular angle, compared to the other guys who are next to me who are still running upwards, right? If I jump on this angle and I dive for it, I actually make an angle jump. And this particular angle jump is one of the best ways to make to the save point. And for this one as well. Notice people are landing on the left hand side. If people are landing on the left hand side, it's going to naturally tip the board over the right hand side. So go for the right hand side again, and we'll use the same trick as before. We're going to jump on an angle that we don't wait for it. So everyone's doing this. Notice that. I'm actually doing this as well. So I'm jumping, I'm diving. Notice the other person didn't make it. Here I actually jumped on floating edge, because the 3D model probably had a floating leverage there. But it's the same method. You find a good angle, you jump, you dive for it. You're jumping at a particular angle that's diagonal. Now that the board is spreading out, what you want to be looking out for is the flip of the board. Notice that we're just running, following other people, but keep in mind, if I follow them, it's naturally going to happen, the board's going to tip into the way we're landed. So just be aware of that, and make sure when you land, you always run upwards. And notice we both know this board is flipping, and because he landed on me, I actually fell off. So we keep that in mind, and what we want to do is we want to make sure we land onto a board that is not fully tilted. And this one is okay, but now what's happening is, this is a small fact that you have to be aware of, is that if your board is not in the correct angle, what you can do is you can wait for the other board to come into angle, or you can tip together to make sure you achieve the optimal angle to jump over. But you don't want to be the guy on the far end, you want to be the guy that captures the advantage the moment the board tips over. So I'll tip with the people, but notice I didn't run all the way to the other side. I jumped right, I saw the chance. It's very important to jump early, because the other guys might not make it. Again, very important to make sure you are actually making to the final board onto the save point again. What I did again is I jumped and I used the dive jump. This allows me to have a better chance of landing onto the board, and even if I fall, I can still get up. So here we'll make the next save point, and I even dived there. Now, this is the final save point. There's no need to rush on this save point. It is not an extremely difficult one. And what you want to do is you just be aware of people. People will be jumping around. And what you want to do is you want to be aware of the angle upon landing on the last one. If there's 2 of you, you can both go to the side. If this side is tilting up, I'll go for this side. But the other side will tilt up. So if I don't make it here, I'll run to the other side. So I made it here. We're going to dive for it. And we made it here. So 3 things to be aware with the little flipboards is that the trick of landing onto the safe zone, which is the angular curve that we jump diagonally, and also be aware of how the board is flipping. You also want to be the person that takes advantage of the board on the right spot right away. Don't be the last person that tilts the board, and then by the time you run over there, it's too late for that. So we're going to have a few replays showing us live, interactions with this particular map, and hopefully you guys find this helpful. It's one of the maps I usually have really big problem with at the start of the game because it's so complex and I tend to fall all the time and I start to panic. The best way to do this is to know that you can fall 3 times. After falling 3 times, you'll definitely have a big disadvantage. But if you fall 3 times and still stay calm on it, you can still make the final lap because people tend to fall more than 3 times on this one. So knowing that, if I fall once, I'm still very calm. If I fall 2 times, I'm still very calm. If I fall 3 times, I will be a little agitated to make rush moves, but I know I have to make a risk for it. So before the 3rd fall, I'll actually be very calm. I still do things at my own pace and try to be safe and try to take it as slow as possible. So let's go into the replays. Let's see how we go. Okay, Seesaw. This one is extremely difficult for a qualifier. Why is that? Because there's several checkpoints, you have to balance things, and you're so severely punished if you fall off. You go back to the previous save point. There's like 4 save points. So what you want to do is, you want to stay in the middle, balance with the team, and try to not fall. Not falling is actually a major part of this one. Easy said than done though. So, always pick the left for me. It has been working really well for me on the left. So whenever I get a chance, I'll go for the left side instead, like this. You can dive for it. Sometimes diving like this actually makes a big difference. Yeah, even for here, go for the left. How did that one flip me over? So go for the left. Left is always a good choice. Oh, sorry. What am I saying? Right. Oh, that was a skillful jump. Did you see that? That was a perfect dive onto the cloud. Go for the right. I'm confused with my left and right there for some reason. I was at left. I was like, my brain's like, no, that's not left. It's right. Now we need to climb. Ah, too late. He jumped onto it and he got me. So I'm at a really good save point right now. We're still a little ahead. I'm still going for the right. But we need the teamwork here. Dive for it. Good. And we can make it. Perfect. Dive for that. You can dive for it. Diving is really important. Okay, this is the second last checkpoint. This is actually the last checkpoint, I think. Really important for you to stick to a side you're comfortable with. And if you're close, make the dive for it. It's worth it. Like this. Oh, this is the last one. We can make it. Dive for it. Perfect. So we know this is gonna go up. We go up. So if the other person is running the other side, we'll just take the opposite side. But we saw it was tipping this side. But I saw it was tipping on the left hand side. So basically, I stayed on the right hand side most of the time because I knew how the thing functions. Staying on the right is actually a really good idea. Staying on the left hand side is sometimes baitish. They grab each other. I've seen people who don't go past, they just stand there for no particular reason. Don't be the one that enables the other players. Always be the one that's ready to capture the situation when the tip over comes. So you don't want to wait for too long, that's what I mean. This is not good. Don't do that. That time you could have waited, because you're about to finish there. Let's watch this play again. Let's see if we make the same mistake again. So when you're about to win or when you're about to succeed in the next checkpoint, don't rush it. But during the mid phase, you can rush it. Here, he should go to the right. Not too late, go to the left. Oh, he made it, perfect. I thought that he wasn't gonna make it, it was so close there. How about this player? He's not moving. Oh, is he gonna move? Oh, look at that. It's Seesaw again. As usual for seesaw, I usually go to the right side. I sometimes mix my left and right. So go to the right side and make sure you just stay calm and don't make unnecessary forceful jumps unless it's just for the final one. For this one, you can dash forward like this. Quite important to dash forward. Yeah, I usually stick on the right. Oh, that was close. See? Easy dash. Perfect. And now we're so far ahead that we actually have a lead. Oh, I actually should have jumped there. Make the dash forward. Oh, I'm so ahead. Oh, no, 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 no. Get up, little dude. Actually made him work. Okay, he's ahead now. Okay, I'll take the other side since he already made it before us. Okay, that's not good. We work together, and because the other guy who went to the other side, helped me, this gave us a good chance of making further. Yeah, good dive. Perfect. So we made it to top 2. Could have been the first one if I didn't fail the jump, right? So getting ahead and sticking onto one side you're comfortable with is really important. I know what to do on the right hand side. I know just to climb on a certain angle and dive for it. Diving on the checkpoint is really key. And you get away from the crowd. But if you're in the crowd, you can stay on the same side as well. Usually the right hand side is better. Look at him go. Jump, little dude. This is awkward. This is when team has to work together. And they're not working together, by the way. Because everyone wants to get that sweet benefit of jumping forward. Here, what you want to do is you just jump off. Like, no, you don't jump off now because it's better now. Yeah. What this guy is doing is correct. You don't be the one that's tipping for everybody else. You be the one that is actually getting benefits from the tipping. He's doing well. Other times you can be forever trapped on our side. What you want to do is just jump off and go to the other side, because other side likely to get through before anyone from this side does. It is the jumping. Oh, he jumped off. Did he do it? 41? Nah, he's not gonna make it. It's especially hard by yourself by the end of it.